let's create a bank server. Okay, like fine, we already have all the things ready. Most of the other part is ready. Fine, we have the bank clerk. We know it works for us, right? And it's only about question of the appropriate input stream and output stream. Okay, so let's go and look at the bank server. Yeah. And let's create a bank server, and most of it would be very similar to what we have done in eco server. Okay, fine, let's do it there. Okay, we'll keep it in package bank. Okay, we'll need the imports. I think I can take it from here. Okay, these imports will anyway be needed. Okay, yeah, okay, and we'll have the public class called bank server, and what it will be using, it needs a bank object to work on, right? One of the things needed here is the bank, and the second thing, because it's a server, which means primarily we are indicating it's using it's listening on a port, right? So we'll have to have a server socket. Okay, yeah, what do we want to call it? Want to call it as board again? You can use any variable here. I've just okay. Right, so this is what we have. Let's look at the constructor then. Constructor for bank server. It takes a bank object and it takes a integer for the port number, throws IO exception. Okay, fine. So first thing is initialize the bank object, and then next is new server socket. Okay, created by using the port number. Yes, server socket. Yeah, so when you create a bank server, you will be giving the port number for initializing the server socket. Here is that server socket. Then this is a server socket. Fine, from user we'll just ask the integer. Yeah, yeah. Then constructor has to. Okay, fine. Then what? We would like to have a method called run. Okay, what does the run method do? Okay, I think we can okay, copy some of the things from the eco server. Okay, and looks very similar, right? Okay, till this point, yes, definitely we can copy up to this point. Put the into the file loop here. Okay, so now, yeah, so first thing, yes, wait for the next client. Okay, obtain a socket for it, get the input stream and output stream. We have the transmitter receiver here, and once we have this, now what we need to create is a bank clerk equals new bank clerk. Okay, but this bank clerk has to use the bank which was initialized. So initially I've been given a bank object. Okay, and what's the other one? Okay, and the input sim, output sim. We have a constructor of bank clerk where we can give the input sim and output sim also. Okay, I show the code for the bank clerk. Let's see the code. What is there in the bank clerk? Okay, if you look at the end of the bank clerk, it's like you create a clerk and call the run method on the bank clerk. And that's one aspect. And yeah, you want to know about that constructor thing? Let's check the constructor. Yeah, here, look at the constructor. Input stream and output stream. So we create our command scanner and response writer from there, right? By default, we'll use system.in and system.out, right? So if you don't specify, that's the second constructor. Says, okay. Yes. Yeah. So in that time we said, oh, we don't want to hard code that should go. It should always read from the keyboard. It should read from any input stream, and it should be writing to any output stream. Okay, so this is the whole idea. Fine, clear? Okay. Okay. So what's the next step? Clerk.run, and that should work. Of course, this throw run will have a, because we have the socket thing, right? Calling the accept method or all those things. So we can just put a throws IO exception over here. Okay. And now we can write our main method. Yeah. How do we write the main method? Okay. Now what we'll do is public static void main method and taking a string array args. It has a throws for IO exception. Yeah. First thing, create a bank object. Oh, we need a command line argument, right? So the first command line argument, we'll take port number as the first command line argument, right? Okay. So now our command line argument will be port number, bank name, and then the bank code. Okay. So int port number is equal to okay string host equal to args of 1 and okay. Then now the way we would like to do is not host, sorry, this is bank, not host. Yeah, bank name is args of 1. Okay, I'll copy some code from the bank clerk here. Okay, the main method of the bank clerk, we'll look at that, and from there we'll see. Okay, here's the main method for the bank clerk. Yeah, we had the bank. Okay, so yeah, till this point, because this is about creating a bank object. This whole part is how do we create a bank object either from a file or from the constructor. Yeah. Okay, we have already done the first step, so I'll just copy this much. This was bank clerk, which was where we tested, yes, the run method works, right? The bank clerk's run method is working. So we created a bank clerk and called the run method, and it was taking commands and processing them. So it will be able to take commands and process. Okay. Fine. But where, when you get a connection. So that's where we shifted the construct of bank clerk to do it in the loop. Okay. Check this. What we have done is we have put it in the loop, call the construct bank clerk. But that, initialization of bank in the constructor for the bank server. And so for that part, yes, what we are doing is, yes, we are using this. Okay. We'll need the import for the file. Yeah. Okay. See, this is how our bank object has been created. Okay. I'll repeat this part. What is this? Given a bank name, yes, we have taken it from the command line argument. Given a bank name, okay, check if the file exists. If file exists, load from there. And this is where we use the object input stream. In the load method, we created an object input stream and read from the file to create the bank object. Right? If yesterday we have done that, right? So we use that file. We have that file called bank. Yeah. So from there the object can be created. So we can see whatever account we had created last time, right? Yeah. Yeah. If you give a new bank name, yes, it will create the bank object. Yeah. 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 So you can use an existing file. That's the only thing. So creating object from a file or use a constructor. If you don't find the file, use the constructor. If you had used save, yes. This is how the bank works. This is how the bank works, right? No. They have much more things than this. Oh, what we are doing is just nothing in front of what is actually done in the bank. Right? So the basic concept is this. Yeah, concept. Yeah. This is just to understand how things can be done. Okay. Fine. So we have put this. So that's created the bank object for us. Okay. And now let's create the object of bank server. Okay. It's equal to new bank server created using the bank object and the port number. Okay. Fine. And then call the run method. Done. Okay. And so now we should be able to give commands from a remote connection. Okay, fine, we'll try it out. Let's save this. Now it's going to be the bank, and we have the bank server. Oh, yeah, file, we forgot that. Yeah, import is missing. That has a throws underput exception, class not found exception. Okay, load. Yeah, we need the throws class not found exception in the main method. Okay, so this has compiled, and now yeah, we need to run that code. How do we run this? So java minus cp dot /bin bank server. Okay, port number want to use 1023. Okay, and bank name, let's use an existing. See, if you use an existing bank name, we won't be required to use the bank code, right? Because it looks for the bank code if it doesn't find the existing file. Okay, so this can run. So this is running. So now let's go to the other command prompt. Yeah. Okay, fine. So here we are on the Linux machine. Okay, so from here, let's use telnet, same thing. Okay, okay, let me use the list command. Hey, I asked the list, but the list is going there. It should come back to this, right? But it's not coming here. Huh? Okay, let me just say, let me open an account. Okay. Let's see, there is a problem which is there. Yes, we have to solve the problem. Okay, so if I say open a new account, okay, open current account for Josh, okay, and the response is going there again. Okay, let me use the save here. Okay, for save the response is coming back here. Yeah, there is some problem, right? Okay, and so we do have a problem that the responses are not always coming back to the client. There's some problem seems to be there in the bank clerk. The response is coming, but it's coming on the server. Yeah, we have got this. Yeah, this is coming here. Okay. So, fine. So, what's the problem? Let's see. Why this problem? See, in the bank clerk, we have got an input stream and output stream. Using that output stream, we created a print writer. We call it as a response writer. Within the bank clerk, wherever required, we didn't use anywhere system.out.println. We didn't use system.out.println. Instead, we said response writer.println. For example, that's saved successful. That's because of the response writer. If you are writing to the response writer, it will come back here to the client. But if you are using system.println, it's not going to be coming here. It's going to go to the wherever it is running. See that it is running on the server. So it's showing on the server. Why? Because look at that print passbook. Look at the display method. Where are they? They're not in the bank clerk. The display method is in the account class. The list method is in the bank class, where we have used system.out.println. We have hard coded that output will always be going to system.out. There is a hard coding, right? When you realize what has been done. Okay, clear? Okay, look at that code for the bank clerk. You'll find out what, and then we'll see what is the solution, what we should be doing. Right? Take inspiration from some code in the API. Yeah, let's see. Here is the bank clerk, right? So this is the bank clerk, and yeah, in the bank clerk, the initialization of these two things is done properly. So any output should go to the response writer, right? Okay, now let's go to the switch case thing. If it is open command, okay, these are the commands basically. Where's the switch case? Okay, so if here's the switch case, right? So default we have written earlier. Here is open command. If someone says open command, what does it do? Okay, how is the response given? The problem is not getting the response. Oh, response simply says, let's call the display method on the bank. And bank in turn says, okay, let's call the display method on that account which I have obtained from the account number. And that account simply says system.println. What should be done? I should say, I should have overloaded the method. Recollect that method called print stack trace, which is in the throwable, has been overloaded. You don't give a parameter, I'll give it to system.er. Otherwise, I give you an option of doing a print stack trace on a print stream or a print writer which you give me. Right? So methods will take as parameter a print stream or a print writer so that they can put the output there instead of saying system or println. Okay, so we need to make those changes. Okay, and once we make those changes, we'll see some other problems. Okay, and which we'll be resolving. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So fine. So you okay? I'm not updating currently. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be there on Git. Okay. Fine. So, but tomorrow we want to do that part. Okay. Or fine. Fine. We can do it later also. That's fine. But there is a problem which is unresolved. So tomorrow will be Friday. Fine. So by Monday. Okay. By Monday. Fine. We need to see that yes, this things is working properly. Okay. And tomorrow there will be other kind of changes which will come. Okay. And there are other changes, but yes, fine. You realize this. What is the change? What I would like to do here is I would like it something like this. I would pass it as a parameter to the display method that I want the output here. Okay. And so anyway, I'm not making this change, but that's the change you will be making.